Well, hello there. Welcome to Whiskey Blooded. No, I'm just messing around. My name's Dave. This is Whiskey Blooded. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you guys like the channel and that you're enjoying these weekly reviews. So as you know, we do weekly whiskey reviews. Normally bourbon, although not always. I am a bourbon fan. So let's jump right into this week's review. It is actually bourbon, as I'm sure that you guys have seen from my last couple of videos. I've been talking about doing Maker's 46. You guys keep requesting Maker's 46. So give the people what they want. No, but it's something I like a lot, and I want to share it with you guys. And so if you're wondering if this is a good or bad review of Maker's 46, this is a good review of it. This is good stuff. I like it. It's not my top bourbon, but it's good, all around great, balanced, completely palatable stuff that everyone that I've found likes. So let's go into Maker's 46. It's a big popular name out there. Go through our normal format. Number one, we're going to nose it and talk, or number one, we're going to pour it, look at the color as we talk about it. Number two, we're going to nose it. Number three, we're going to taste it. Number four, we're going to give you a score out of 100, the official Whiskey Blooded rating system, although everyone uses scores out of 100, so I'm just kind of following suit on that one. But Maker's 46, so I actually don't have the bottle itself because I keep this stuff in my decanter, which I normally don't use decanters, but my brother gave me one, and it's really cool, and it's etched with my initials and all that other stuff, and it's, you know, I think, decanters are cool as like an art statement piece. As far as whiskey goes, I'd rather sometimes just keep it in the bottle, but I'm sure this was pretty expensive, and it looks really cool in my wine and liquor and spirits area, so I do keep it. It's a, nice, like I said, all glass etched bottle, and this is where I keep my Maker's 46 stash, which happens to be right next to my office, which is where I'm normally tasting and, hanging out and doing all this stuff. So this is Maker's 46. I'll pour a little bit of it here. Oh, I've actually already poured a little bit before I started the video here. Let me show you what we're looking at. I went to my local party store, and they didn't have, I wanted to get a fresh bottle just to have it to show you the bottle, but they didn't have any left. They had regular Makers and the Maker's cask strength, but they didn't have any of this left, which it's probably part of the, bourbon craze. People like, the big names now, but it's really a very easily found product, which is part of why I like it a lot. So that's just a one-off situation. So in lieu of that, we have this wonderful thing called the internet. I'm going to post what it looks like right here, right now, assuming that my computer skills allow me to do this. But right here should be some type of picture of the actual bottle of Maker's 46. And if you guys are offended because I don't have the actual bottle, I apologize. I don't want to say that I don't give a shit. I wanted to have the bottle, but, I don't have any reason. I don't make any money doing this. I don't have any reason to lie about what's in this little glass right here. It's a $40 bottle. I can easily afford it. You can tell that this is Maker's 46, and it's great stuff. So let's go through the coloring. That's what it looks like. It's copper with a rosy red tint to it. So it's got a little bit of red to it. And it's definitely copper. So as we're going through what this looks like, let's talk about the Maker's 46 story. Normally I don't go too much into story. I don't like to get bogged down with that, but let's go to the Maker's 46 story. I'm taking this right from their website, so I'm literally reading it. I know the story. I just want to get it, number one, right for you guys. I know the story, but I want to make sure I tell it the correct way because it's a pretty cool story. So Maker's 46, just before I start this, is Maker's, which has been aged, from what I understand, from 5 to 6 years, and then they finish it, and it even says this on their bottle, in oak staves. So they take these staves and they stick them through the barrel, and then that's how they finish it for, what I understand, another 10-ish weeks, 2 to 3 months, whenever they get that right taste out of it. So let's read their story right from their website. We started monkeying around with a special barrel and experimenting with a different wood varieties and levels of char. The magic combination, which just happened to be trial number 46, was number 10 seared French oak staves inserted into the barrel to lend natural flavors of caramel, vanilla, and spice. Finished Maker's Mark was then added to the modified barrel and returned to the coolest part of the warehouse. About 10 weeks later, Viola. We had something noticeably bigger and bolder, but with the smoothness and drinkability that have always set Maker's mark apart from its peers. We call it Maker's 46 in recognition of the winning recipe. So to recap that, normal Makers in a normal barrel, they take it out, they finish it in a barrel that has modified oak staves stuck through it, and those have been seared, not charred. So charred's obviously the blackening process. Seared would be, just like a steak. It's going to heat it up extremely hot, but without burning it. So that's why it gets this lighter flavor to it. And it's not, overly woody, tobacco-y, which are great things in bourbon, but, they wanted a unique process to it. So this is Maker's 46. Let's smell it. Woo! That nose on this guy is just great. I think this is 94 proof, so it's strong nose. The Whiskey Bible describes this as just, if I remember correctly, almost heavenly. And this just is a great nose. I mean, you're getting a strong smell out of it. It's very pungent, and it's honey, and it's caramel and toffee, and honeysuckle, and then, boom, here comes any nutty flavor that you would want to toast. Like toasted oak, obviously, like it would. Toasted oak, toasted almond, toasted pecans, a little bit of hazelnut, a little bit of nutmeg. This all is in here, followed by a nice, very subtle, spicy cinnamony taste, or nose. And I could just live in here. It's good stuff. So let's try it. It's good. A little stronger than I remember it, but it's sat for a while. It's got some boldness to it, more than I remember. This is good. So right up front, right across your mouth, you're getting the honey, the oak, or the honey, the caramel, the toffee, and those almond and pecan flavors. That's bam, right there, and it's beautifully balanced. Followed by a little bit of oak and burn as you go through the mid here, and then as it goes down your throat, just warming with a nice toasted, seared, as they put it, lighter dried fruits like a smoked pear almost coming down at the end, and it's got a medium finish. And it's just it's smooth but bold and very, very, very well balanced. I cannot describe how well balanced this is. This is probably one of the best well-balanced whiskeys on the market. It's $40 too. What the hell? Why is this stuff so good for $40? And when I say so good, I don't mean that there's no one best whiskey. It depends on what you want. Some nights I want a lighter, fruitier, or not lighter, fruitier, a lighter, non-super kicky when they ask bourbon. And then some nights I want to drink 140 proof bourbon. It depends on the night. And this is a great late summer, early fall, early, winter, like end of the seasons kind of bourbon. When you're getting into the colder seasons, this is definitely one where you can kind of open up that flavor and really appreciate it. So what do I think about the overall score on this guy? Maker's 46. Whoop, wrong side. 94 out. Damn camera. 94 out of 100. One of the higher I've had. It's just, so why is it 94 out of 100? It's $40 freaking dollars. Like, what else is that good around $40? There's a couple, but not many. It's $40. It's readily available. It's been matured enough. They could charge $60 for this. I'd still buy it. So it's been matured enough. Like I said, probably around that 6-year mark, 5.5 to 6 years. It's been matured enough, and they're releasing a good product with this. It's great in a drink. It's fantastic on its own. It's got a kind of neat bottle, normal bourbon bottle with a wax, maker stamp on it. But I just don't think I could find much else around this price point that I really, really like this much. besides maybe 2 or 3 just bottles that we all love, like Elijah Craig and what's the other one that I'm thinking of? Elijah Craig. You can get your hands on like Willet, for example. Stuff like that. That's just, obviously stuff that's premium. So, great whiskey. If you are getting into bourbon, this is one that you should buy. My dad, who doesn't really like heavy, meaty, heaty bourbons, he really likes this stuff. A lot of my friends really like this stuff. I've never had anyone say that this isn't good. Even people that don't appreciate bourbon that well can kind of appreciate the fact that this is a smoother, sweeter, well-balanced, honey-tasting bourbon. And like I said, it's got that nice, balanced finish. It just treats you right. So, there it is, Maker's 46. High rating. Let me know what you think. I hope that you guys like it too, and if you don't, that's okay. I don't like everything you like. You don't like everything I like. So a couple videos you guys have said, hey, I thought you rated this too low or too high. It's bourbon. It's preference. That's what makes it awesome. I like a certain car. You like a certain car more. I'm a Mustang guy. I own a Mustang. I like Mustangs. You like Camaros. Doesn't mean anything. They're both great cars. A lot of bourbons are like that. Everything in life is like that. You have to make sure that when you get into a hobby, that you're not getting into it for someone else. You're getting into it for you. And that's how I collect my bourbon. I collect what I think is really good stuff. And stuff that I think my friends and family would like as well. Because part of drinking bourbon is sharing. That's why I do this blog. I like to share my experiences. And every bourbon lover that I know likes to share as well. You've never gone to someone's house that has a bottle of bourbon and say, hey, I saw that you had a bottle of, can I try that? And they're like, oh, no. I don't want to talk about that. No. Everyone wants to share it together. It's a great experience for all of you. That's why bourbon's so great. So we've run way over time, but like I said, it's something that I really like, so I usually go longer on the videos that I like. So let's go through, or the bourbons that I like. Let's go through this final thing here. I want to know what you guys want for the next video. So I want to know what you want reviewed. So I'm going to give you options from now on because there's just too much, and it's hard for me to run a liquor store every time you guys want something new. So let's go through 3 bottles that you can choose from. They're rarer and newer. Not super rare, but rarer and newer, and you've probably been wondering. So number 1, you've seen it online and on Caskers, for example. Blade & Bow Kentucky Bourbon. It's the Stitzel Weller Distillery, and then they Solera age some stuff. So the Blade & Bow Bourbon, it's like 70 to 80. Orphan Barrel. I have a $200 bottle I could review for you. Or Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. That's another $50 to $60 bottle. So I have those 3. I would like to know which of those 3 you want to get reviewed because they're all like harder to find or newer to find or rarer to find, however you want to say it. So once again, Blade & Bow, Kentucky Bourbon. Number 2 is the Orphan Barrel. Number 3 is the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. So let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comment section below. Thanks for joining me again today. We will be back with more stuff. Hopefully, I hope you guys liked the Friday Ride that I did. We'll probably do a couple more of those and just kind of keep things fun as we keep going and keep posting our weekly reviews. If you need anything, have any questions, if you have any requests, concerns about the channel, I am more than happy to talk with you. Or to just, in that, like I said, comment section below, we can kind of chat it out. Let me know what you want. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining Whiskey Blooded. I'm out of here. Time to finish off this glass. And you guys have yourself a great week. Hope you're enjoying it. Thanks again.